And I work with an organization called Health Resources in Action, and we support community folks to do your work. And my co-moderator.
Hi, my name is Pitu. I'm on the board of directors for PRISM, the Providence Youth Student Movement. And basically, PRISM is a nonprofit local Southeast Asian organization. We started in 2001 in reaction to a lot of violence in the Southeast Asian community, particularly the Cambodian community, and the overt lack of Southeast Asian youth in any of the after-school programs in Providence. And so that's how PRISM started. Currently, we have two programs within the organization. One very activist group known as SOUL, Students Organizing for Unity and Liberation. And then there's an LGBTQ program that's part of PRISM as well. And that program started because as we started organizing against deportation of Cambodian American men, we realized that a lot of that the Korean community, or particularly or the Southeast Asian community, doesn't know a lot about LGBTQ youth, and most people who were organizing against the deportation were LGBTQ, and we needed them to have a safe space, and that's how we created SEQUEL, Southeast Asians Queer United for Empowerment and Leadership. And currently, just a really quick update for PRISM, we created a policy agenda that took over 4 years to compile. And we just published it about a year ago, and we keep on republishing it, so I'm not really sure what the publish date is. But essentially in there was there's statistics that talk about the alarming dropout rates of Southeast Asian men and Southeast Asian women, and recommendations for how the city of Providence can fix it, including more protection of youth, and some of them have manifested. Oh yeah, so this is what the policy agenda looks like. And so some of them have become, well, one of them have become legislation that's trying to be passed through Rhode Island's Congress. And it's called, I'm not sure what it's called, but it's an anti-racial profiling bill, and inside of it has language that protects youth from being interrogated by the police. And another one that I strongly advocate is stacking shared data, which essentially means instead of collecting data by race, we collect it based on ethnicity. So the Southeast Asian community does not get lumped in with other affluent, affluent communities such as a Chinese community, a Japanese community, because sometimes that can be that can distort the data, and we can really find a really clear, I guess, representation of the health of our community.
Well, this session is called Asian American Youth Rising, and what you heard there was a lot of powerful Asian American youth doing very powerful work. So let's hear for our PRISM.
Welcome to Providence. We're messing up on that.
Okay. It's okay. So thank you for you and for PRISM for being here and for just holding it down in Providence in some very powerful ways. This session is going to be very interactive, as you'll see in just a moment, and the purpose of it is to really send the message and share the information about how Asian American young people across the United States are really rising up and making powerful change, political change, change for justice in communities. It's not a one-time phenomenon. It's not just one region of the country. It's not just one ethnicity. And so we want to share with you what has been learned in the process of making this change. We want to encourage you and equip you in whatever way we can share to do the change that you want to see happen in your communities. And we hope that you get a lot from it. We hope that it's very interactive. We also have one more hope, which is that instead of this just being back and forth, like we the experts and you all the participants, that this can actually be a community building experience. You don't spend an hour and a half-ish with a lot of people in this world. You just don't. You're in the same room with each other right now, I believe, for some reason. And so we want to really foster connections here. not just between us and you, but also between all of us in this room. So we're hoping that we network and build relationship and connect here. Sound good? Okay, I mentioned interactive, so before even we introduce these amazing folks, we're going to do something real quick.
Icebreaker.
It's called an icebreaker. So what we need you to do is stand up. And if you all played this, then you'll just be extra good at it. All right? So and you have to have nothing in your hands. And just be, safety first.
3 minds, 3 people.
So safety first, so watch the chairs and stuff like that. Don't be scared, don't be scared. It's not that dangerous. It's called Touch Blue. Okay? So when I call out Touch Blue, you find blue on somebody, and you gently and appropriately. Any questions? Any questions? And then we'll change up what is called out. Does that make sense?
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
If you're ready, say yeah.
Yeah! No, what's in this one?
Okay. Touch blue. Touch green.
Oh, change? Green?
Touch plaid.
Thank you, that's it.
We're good?
Yeah.
You have to go as quickly as you can. Touch plaid. All right.
Yes.
Touch jeans. I like this. Touch sneakers. Do you all have any that you want to call out? Touch hair. Touch hair. We'll do 2 more. Any others? Touch glasses. Last one. Anyone?
Touch brown.
Touch brown. I'm brown and I don't know. Shake some
I'm from New York and Boston. I'll touch your face. We're not allowed to do this. We're not allowed to do this.
So before we begin asking questions, I'd like the panelists to introduce themselves, their organization. Oh, sorry. Before we start asking questions, I want the panelists to introduce themselves, their organization, and maybe a little bit of more information they'd like to share.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Mark. I'm from the Asian Student Association of Philadelphia, and I don't have very loud voice, so anything unheard, please, speak up, and then I will repeat that as loud as possible. I'm not a yeller, so. And our organization called the Asian Student Association of Philadelphia, we call it ASAP Resort. And that is the organization we formed last fall, the fall of 2010. But prior to that, the youth who formed the group have to work, organizing work after the mass attack at South Philadelphia High School on December 3rd, 2009, which is when 30 Asian students would attack on the same day, sent 13 of them to hostel, and then we organized demand now a safe school, safe space for our learning environment, and keep doing the work, and then we sustain the work by we work together, and we continue to do that work. Broadly to other school, we have been conversation with other students in other school, and at the same time we joined Citywide campaign to sort of a way to build power and to sort of expand our work. And our organization has been sponsored by both USOS and Asian American Grad, who are in a room today. And we sort of we create a system of adult supporting the youth, and we keep doing the work on 2 sides and fighting for the right to education of Asian immigrant youth. Yeah, and that's the source story.